I stare into the abyss and reflect. What's going on out there, YouTube? This is SCL0320 representing JVS. I'm here to give you guys an insight scoop and chat about what I saw from my perspective looking in the press box at the presentation for Ant-Man and the Wasp. So if you don't want to be spoiled by what I saw or the concept art that I saw or anything like that, take this, put it in your watch later, and come back to it because I'm about to go full in depth with it. I was able to actually do the same exact thing with Black Panther just a little while ago, so you can definitely go and check that out right now because that was actually probably one of the greatest trailers I saw from the Marvel panel on Saturday night. But let's go ahead and get into it. So just so anybody that's like, oh, he wasn't really there. You see this? It's from the press box. Same thing. So let's go ahead and get down to it. The beginning of this actually had Paul Rudd and Michael Pena, and they legit were doing their riff off like they normally do. And what they were talking about, I thought they were going to start talking about, their characters and where everything's at. No, they are talking as Michael Pena and Paul Rudd. And what they start doing is they start beginning from the very beginning, talking about Tony Stark. They start talking about like the lost Incredible Hulk movie that nobody talks about. I think Paul Rudd made some kind of joke like, I didn't like the Hulk. He didn't say he didn't like the Incredible, he said he didn't like the Hulk. Then they start going down the line with Captain America, and then they go to Avengers. And they legitimately, with their epic commentary that they normally have in the Ant-Man movie, as themselves start going down the line talking about all the different MCU movies, all the way up leading to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. What I thought was funny was the clips that they chose to actually pick out. Like, I think that they had this random picture of Chris Evans not looking like Chris Evans. They had this random picture of other people looking like... It was just really interestingly funny for me. I think that what they also did... what was it? At the very end, they were talking to someone and asking her, like, are you prepared for this role? This is when it started getting interesting because I was like, who are they actually talking to? And they were like, well, you have to be prepared to be Janet Van Dyne. If you don't know who Janet Van Dyne is, think about it like this. You got Hope Van Dyne, that is the Wasp, that is Hank Pym's daughter. So Janet is his wife. I think that honestly, Doctor Strange found the dimension that she is locked in stasis and brought her back. I've thought that from jump. I was like, they just hadn't casted who she's actually gonna be. So, all of a sudden, you look and turn around, and it's Michelle Pfeiffer. Catwoman herself is playing Janet, and I was just like, they couldn't have picked a better choice for that. Like, to have Michelle Pfeiffer as an excellent actress as she is, she's going to definitely invoke an emotional response. And I think that her and Michael Douglas are just going to nail that, personally, from a chemistry standpoint. Then they proceeded to show us concept art. They showed concept art of Michael Douglas in this new random suit. They showed Michelle Pfeiffer in this new suit. They showed, what is her name that's playing Hope? I think it's... his last name is Lily. They showed what the Wasp outfit is gonna look like. They showed a new variation for Paul Rudd's costume as the Ant-Man, and then they started to go into different action beats. And then before they did that, I actually need to slow down. They actually introduced Hannah John Kamen as Ghost. They introduced who else? Walton Goggins. That dude, I loved him. I've loved him since The Shield. Introduced him as Sonny Birch. I've got like pictures of this. Then out of nowhere, I was like, okay, wait, isn't he on Man of Steel? Isn't he with the DCU? Lawrence Fishburne has been confirmed as Dr. Bill Foster, the Goliath, if you don't know who that is. And then on top of that, they confirmed again Randall Park as Jimmy Woo. So I'll show you kind of what I got some of these. I got these pictures from last night, and I took pictures of each one so that when they put them on the stage, I can kind of show you guys. There's the Jimmy Park one. And then the last one is Lawrence Fishburne, if you can't see it. So I know it's a little hard to see. But this is the new variation Ant-Man suit. They showed like different footage of them going into different action moments, like in the air, and like it looked better than the first one. And then they had this random moment where he was in his giant form, like behind this like skyscraper hiding. And it was some of the funniest things ever. But I think that the best part of the whole beginning clip was him and Michael Pena just goofing around and just going at it. And for me, I actually really enjoyed Ant-Man. I thought it was a really dope film. I thought it was really different. It didn't feel like it had to be connected up until the very last moment. I think that Edgar Wright brought something great to the story and the concept. And then they just kind of ran with it very well. But now that they've got like two leading front people in Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer, they've got like a winning team in my personal opinion. But hopefully you guys enjoyed like my communication about what I saw for Hall H's Ant-Man and the Wasp clip and trailer. I gotta go. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more content very soon. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't going to stop. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed this full description of that trailer and that clip. Peace, guys.